Now, Aaron, hello, Aaron.
Tim, hello mate, we're going to talk energy. That's what we're going to start with. I've got energy, I've got China in Hollywood, but today, hello there, today marks a significant day for the world's energy markets. Why? Well, I'll tell you. America has now become a supplier, a natural gas supplier rather than the consumer of the stuff. It is the first time ever that it has started exporting gas around the world. But the celebrations could be short-lived. Let me explain. Because like oil, the price of gas has fallen sharply and is now worth only a third, look at that, of what it was, say 2 years ago. So while the venture is less financially viable than, originally imagined back in 2011, it is still hugely significant. Many estimates put the US as the third largest exporter in the world at the end of the decade. So big thing, that would be behind the likes of Australia, thank you, and Qatar. Okay, but look, lots to talk about. Let's get more. With me is Cornelia Meyer from Meyer Resources, and a familiar face to us all, Cornelia. Great to see you.
Hi.
Let's start with this. The first time in US history, but why now? The US has always had natural gas. Why all of a sudden
Well, you know, we've come full circle. About 10 years ago, we were worried that by 2010, the U.S. would have to become a net importer, which is when
so
they're
going to run out, basically.
Yes, which is when we see building of these LNG receiving terminals. We're talking about liquefied natural gas. And then the shale revolution happened. And so the US started to produce gas in abundance, which helped their industry. And now they're producing too much for domestic consumption. So essentially, by 2040, they're estimated to produce, and that's a big figure, about 37 trillion cubic feet.
What does that mean?
That means they're consuming now 26 trillion cubic feet. That means about a third.
They're going to have a lot of extra stuff.
Yes, exactly. They can liquefy that and ship it around the world.
Can you explain, just to the uninitiated around the world, when we talk about LNG, liquid natural gas,
liquefied natural gas.
I've got to get it right before we even explain it. But this is the gas that comes out of the world. Then they turn it into a liquid, which can be transported.
They freeze it at very, very low temperatures, turn it into a liquid, put it on these nice humpback ships that we see in the background.
There we go. Those big bubbles.
Yes, those big bubbles. And then you ship it, go for a sail around the world. And
then when it arrives into the country that it's going to, then they've got to turn it back into gas. Right. Yes. So my question is this: have the Americans been spending a lot on the infrastructure to do all of this now?
Well, right now they have about 54 requests to build these LNG trains. We call them LNG trains, these liquefaction things. And they have permitting for 5. And I don't think more will be permitted in the near term. But this is the first one that has come on stream.
Okay. Well, and I know the price is down, but that you think eventually it'll go up. I've got to end it, unfortunately.
The thing is, the price is down, and it's because LNG is on long-term contracts.
Right.
People will be and you build these facilities on the back of these contracts. So it's very hard to build new LNG facilities because, like in deflation, why sign a contract now when it will be cheaper 5 months from now?
Okay. So we'll keep an eye. We'll talk to you again, Cornelia. You know these programs, short and sweet. Thank you very much for the explanation.